Hey YouTube and my fellow collectible friends and family. Collectible Joe here yet again with another fantastic collectible to show you guys. Now this one's gonna be kind of a long video to watch, but today we're talking about my Captain Jack Sparrow costume cosplay. I have the whole shabam, the boots, jacket, shirt, all of it, vest, all of it. I do, however, have one of the newest vests from on Stranger Tides in the collection. I did used to have um, the original Pirates 1, 2, and 3 vest, but I sold it off to somebody else to get the on Stranger Tides vest. So without further ado, let's take a deep dive look into this to my collection that I have, and it's a big one. So first off, into the shot, you're gonna see Captain Jack Sparrow's wig, his pirate wig. This wig was handmade. This wig was handmade by me, personally. Every little inch of this wig was hand personally made by me. Come around to the side. Here you see his sail needle and his ponytail. Now that ponytail is unique to this wig because I've seen dozens of people try to recreate Captain Jack's wig, and one of the things they don't do is they don't replicate his one of the things they don't do is they don't replicate his ponytail that hangs off the top of his wig. The way I did this is so unique to my wig that nobody could honestly tell if it's the real thing or the fake wig. Now, when I made this wig back in. I actually started working on a wig like this back in 2006, right after The Curse of the Black Pearl. I didn't get finished with it until Pirates 3 came out, which is Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And I'm still to this day working on some stuff. I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate some of the stuff in it from On Stranger Tides and Dead Man Tell No Tales to this wig. But some of the stuff that I want to put on here is going to have to be attached. Like, it's just going to have to be attached in there, like tied into the wig. Because I don't want to mess with the original look of the wig. I honestly spent so much time working on this wig that it's taken all the energy out of me over the course of years. And in between working on the wig, I was trying to find other pieces for the costume, like the jacket, the boots, the coat. Well, I've already said coat. The jacket, the shirt, the pants, the sword, bindrick, the sword itself, the sash, the belts, waist belts, the glove. I've been searching for all of that stuff in between working on the actual wig itself. So let's get a little bit closer into this wig. I have all of his effects on the wig. Here's his piece of 8 and a replicated bandana with the correct pattern on there as well. This is closer up of the sail needle and stuff. And if you peek behind here, you'll see I still have the 3 Moroccan beads down there. And here's my replicated beard extensions, which is human hair, by the way, with the beads and everything on it, exact beads. And also, by the way, this wig that was handmade by me, the hair itself is human hair. It's a human hair wig with human hair dreadlocks. So even the dreadlocks are exact to the movie. You got this. I have the braid here as well. You got Johnny Depp's favorite coin, which I think I might have to repaint again because I think some of the paint wore off on it. But all that's replicated. So moving on to the side of the wig. Here's I still gotta add. I still have to add a few more strands of dreadlocks and human hair to this side, which would make it look a little bit more fuller on this side of the wig. But in all, it's still a decent wig. But there's a side view on that side. Here's the overall top of the wig. This is a lovely design that I made of the top of the wig. So it's a lovely design. And then we're coming around to the other side of the wig. And once again, here's that ponytail with the bendy wire in it. Coming around to the back of the wig. There's the I have a dreadlock that hangs down just from the side here, just like it does in the actual film itself. And that dreadlock down there has bendy wire in it, so I could shape it, move it around, and everything. So with the bendy wire in that dreadlock up there on the top, I was able to make the ponytail stand up correctly like it does in the films. So, which is hard to do because, like I said, I've seen other people mimic his hair on wigs, but I've never seen anybody get as close as I did. By the way, that piece right there took me 8 months to make, just to make a ponytail. And it's not just because of the ponytail. The ponytail wasn't the problem. All I had to do was take some of the hair from the side here and make a ponytail. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was getting the dreadlock to hold a bendy wire in there for the hair. That was the problem. That part right there alone took about 8 months to work on. And then we have the dreadlocks that I had to incorporate into the back of the hair as well. That took a good 8 or 9 months as well. And as you can see, I got some of the dreadlocks got pieces throughout. They're like strapped in pieces. So all of these dreads have like little pieces and trinkets on them. This is a lovely piece that I put on there as well. Got a coin there. And then we come around to the back of the wig. And I know what you're all thinking. How did I do it? You don't need to know how I did it. I just know that it was a happy accident. It was literally a happy accident on how I did this. But here's the back of the wig. Voila! It's Jack's famous ponytail. It's got all his dreads, his bits and pieces. We got another coin right here, dangling down. This is another lovely piece that I put on there, which, by the way, I'm probably going to take this off and like dye it like I'm gonna dye it a totally different color because the white this bright white kind of like stands out just a little bit. I might do that, or I might not. I don't know. But it's got that in there. Here's another shot of the back of the hair that lays down completely flat like it does in the movies. There's the other angle of that. Now we're going to move on from the wig. Now we're going to move on from the wig to the boots. Down here I have replicated boots. These are a suede leather. These boots are like a suede leather material. They got the correct toe shape, that famous square toe shape. And for anybody wanting to know what it looks like when it's standing up, here is the cuffed of the boot. This is what it looks like when you're standing in it, when you're wearing it. It don't look as nice as it does when I actually wear them on, when I actually got the boots on. But again, they are a suede material. These boots are actually the cheapest pair I found offline. Some of the stuff you're going to see in this video collection were stuff that I bought over the course of years of my love of Pirates of the Caribbean, and some of it I actually handmade by myself. Like I was saying earlier about the wig I made by myself. I handmade the wig by myself. Every inch of this wig was handmade by myself. Like everything from the hair to the dreadlocks. Everything else that you see on the wig, like the cell needle, his piece of 8, the replicated bandana, I bought all that stuff. But everything else, like the hair, the actual hair and the dreadlocks, I made all that by hand. But the boots I actually got from a place called Halloween Costumes. There is another group that sells the real deal of the Captain Jack Sparrow boots, which is a place called CA Boots. You can get anywhere from regular cowboy boots from them to customized dress boots to period replicated boots from like medieval and pirates times. And they do have a listing on their page for replicated Pirates of the Caribbean boots. You can get the ones from Pirates 1, 2, and 3, which are this color, which is the tan color boots. And like I said, these are the ones. These are the ones from Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, and 3, because these are their tan boots. And they also have the On Stranger Tides and Dead Man Tell No Tales boots, which is a more of a chocolate colored boot. But these right here, I did not buy from CA Boots. I got these from Helen Costumes, and these were only about $100, I think it was, that I paid for these. I want to say I paid for these for like $100 for these boots, which is not bad at all, considering that they're Pirates of the Caribbean boots, they're Jack Sparrow style boots. It's got the correct toe and everything. We got the only thing that's different with Jack's between Jack's real boots and these Helen custom boots is the soles are brown. They should be black instead of brown, but that's just a little nitpick. I still love everything else about these boots. Not only are they cheap to get for your Captain Jack Sparrow costume, and they also just recently on their website, if you go on there and check out on HowlandCostumes.com, if you go on there and quickly look on their site for a little bit, they not only have these tan ones, but more recently they just made the chocolate brown ones from Dead Men Tell No Tales and On Stranger Tides. And I'm still thinking about getting a pair of those as well, because I feel like if I don't, and I start wearing the On Stranger Tides vest with the custom getup with these tan boots, it's going to clash with the whole On Stranger Tides look. It's going to be kind of weird, because that's not how his costume actually looks. But that's my boots. That's my wig. And now let's go and take a look at everything else that I have laid out in this collection. All right. First off, we have this lovely pirate shirt. I know on camera it looks a little cleanish looking on camera, but I could tell you it's actually not. I actually have to wash this. I actually need to wash this shirt because it's kind of grungy, kind of a little too dirty for me. Just because it's been sitting in my closet for over a month or so. Or I think it's been like 4 months or 5 months that I've had this in here. But if I zoom in right here, you can see see how the tag is kind of stained looking a little bit? That's because I haven't been able to wash it. And when you don't wash them, I don't wear them. So I need to wash the shirt. Um, but that is a lovely shirt that I got from Halloween Costumes as well. And it's the most accurate is Jack Sparrow's shirt you can get. So that's a shirt. It's a linen. This is a real linen fabric, by the way. It doesn't have the tassels on it like at the movie, but I'm gonna try to work on that and try to get some tassels on there in the future um, to be more screen accurate with it. Here's my On Stranger Tides vest. This vest was a vest that I bought off of eBay, by the way. It's not the best version of it. I think this is the first edition of the On Stranger Tides vest that people were producing online at the time. There is another company. I think it's the same company that made this one. They made a second one, and oh my god, I want to get that one. I need to get that one. If I do happen to get that one, I might sell this one off to somebody who wants to play as Captain Jack for a day or two. But it's got the screen accurate buttons on there as well, as you can see right here. Got screen accurate buttons. It's got a screen accurate pattern on the shirt and everything. Like there's the pattern. The only thing that's different with this one compared to the newer version that they just released on eBay is this is like a printed version of the pattern into the fabric, whereas the newer version is actually embroidered. It's actually got embroidery on it. So that I need to try to get my hands on that one because this one's okay. I loved it. I love this color. I love this version of the vest. But the one with the embroidery is super, super nice. And I gotta try to get my hands on that one. This one is my extra bandana with the exact same pattern on it. This one is actually a little bit darker in color than the one that I have on my wig. The one that I have on the wig here is from At World's End, which is more of a uh, lighter pinkish red color. It's supposed to simulate the look of like a sun bleached look. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be like a sun bleached bandana, like he's been laying out in the sun for way too long. That's the color of that one is. It's like a sun bleached red. And then this one is more of a Curse of the Black Pearl style, where's a darker red with the pattern on there and stuff like that. But the only reason I have two bandanas is because one of them has my piece of eight from On Stranger Tides that I attached to it, and this one obviously is for Curse of the Black Pearl with a piece of eight on there. Here's my hat. Here's my Captain Jack Sparrow hat. Now this hat is actually just a Halloween costumes hat. It's okay. It looks the part of Captain Jack's Tycorn hat, but it's a little too big for my head. The only reason I keep it around is because when I have the wig on the wig stand like it is now, I like to put the hat on top of the wig, so I could just so that it makes the wig look pretty nice. But in all honesty, I am still to this day working on a plan on how to either make a Jack Sparrow hat, a Tycorn hat, or I might just have to bite the bullet and pay more for a high quality hat. I don't know which one yet. I don't know which one I'm going to go with. But that's the hat that I have so far. I did do some work to it to make it more screen accurate. Like everything's been hand painted by me to be exact as color as I can get it. So I did do some hand painting to the hat. So there's that. Moving on. There it is. Here's the rest of the stuff right here. This is a nice piece. I actually got this years ago from the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction down in Disney World. This is one of the original gold, and it's not plated either. This is real gold. I think if I could zoom in there, you can see where it says Disney. Focus. Come on, camera, focus. Ah, camera. Come on. I can't get the focus, you guys. But anywho, it is indeed. Let's see if I can get it. Well, anyway, I can't get it to focus in on that. that kind of sucks. But it has this lovely chain on there. It's not. I wish the chain that came with it was a gold chain, but it didn't come with a gold chain like it does in the movie. But this is indeed, in fact, a Disney World exclusive. Right in here is where it says Disney in the corner, but that's the back of it. That's what it looks like in the back. It's got that Aztec gold look and everything. And here's my Davy Jones key. I forgot where I got this from. It might have came from the same gift shop at Disney World. It might have came from there. I'm not exactly where I got it from. It's been some of these pieces I can't remember where I got them from because I've had them for so long, for so many years. I can't even tell you where some of the stuff came from. Some of it I can, and some of it I can't. This is one of those pieces. I can't remember where I got it from. All I remember is that it's not the. I know Master Replicant has a piece like this, but this is not their version of it. Obviously, because it's a little bit smaller than the original key thing, and also is not made the same either. This is more of a fashionable necklace type style. So that's why I'm thinking more like it came from the same gift shop in Disney because of this overall design. And then I added this leatherette cable to it. Here are some more of my palm glove. Here's a palm glove design. This is based off of Jack Sparrow's palm glove in Dead Man Tell No Tale, and Dead Man Tell No Tales, as well as on Stranger Tides. I handmade this myself. It took about 3 weeks to make this, but it's got a couple of different things made together, and basically it just slips on like a glove. That's all. And this is Jack's lace piece that he puts around the other arm that he has. And down here is Jack Sparrow's newest version of his piece of 8 from On Stranger Tides. I will upgrade this a little bit later because this one is actually just a toy version of it, but I've been using it for the wig for a couple of years now, just because I just hadn't had the money to spend on some of the props here lately. So this is the closest thing that I have to it so far. As Jack's piece of 8 is all made out of plastic. I think it even has Disney written on the back of it, but it's the closest thing that I have to Jack's latest piece of 8 from On Stranger Tides. And also, this ring here is actually a fake one. It's not one of the real ones. So I'll also be upgrading that too as well eventually in the near future. But all of these rings are real. This one is my favorite one because this one is literally a hand custom made ring that I had years ago from Noble Collection. This is the stolen ring from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. And also he wears it in Pirates 3 as well. And I think he wears it all the time now. But this is a real ring, sterling silver. It's actually sterling silver, gold plated, from 2007's Noble Collection back in the day. These are rare to find, and if you have these in your collection, you need to keep them because they are worth a lot of money now. Because Noble Collection doesn't make these rings anymore. I do have the box that it came in as well. It's like a little brown ring chest that it came in with the Curse of the Black Pearl skull and crossbones on the front of it, on the top of the lid. So that's that ring. Now, my famous favorite ring that I like, and this one's a master replicant ring, is the skull ring. This is Jack Sparrow's skull ring, and it is amazing. This ring is amazing. This is one of my favorite rings. There's the reason that this one was brought into the movies of Pirates of the Caribbean is because this is a ring that Johnny Depp wore on his personal effects every single day. But he brought this ring to the set of Pirates of the Caribbean because of the skulls on all over it and stuff like that. He thought this ring would be a very unique piece to his costume, so that's one of the rings that he wears as one of his effects. But this is a master replicant version of it. I think it says it in the inside. No, it doesn't say it in the inside. But that is his green ring. Moving on. Here's his pistol, his flintlock pistol. Again, this is just something that I hand painted and made up. This is actually a Halloween costume pistol that I gotten years ago from a Halloween store. But all I had to do was like repaint it. All I had to do was like repaint it to be exactly to the one from the movies, and that's pretty much it. I do need to add like an orange tip to this if I'm going to do cosplaying with it, because if not, I can get in a lot of trouble with this. But I probably need to like repaint the brown because the brown looks a little too light. I think it looks a little too lighter to be Jack's pistol. It also has the face in the bottom as well. It's got the piece here as well, all the fake metal. I think I did all right. Customize with some customization to that. I think I did all right. All right, and then we have his mermaid and fish vertebrae um, belt piece. These were made by a company called Swag Arts. They deal with a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean props for your outfit and stuff like that. I got this and the chicken foot from them years ago, years and years ago. Back when it's back. That's been back when Pirates of the Caribbean 3 came out. Pirates of the Caribbean: That World's End and Dead Man's Chest. That's when I got these. But they specialize in actual Jack Sparrow props and pieces. So I love their stuff. The website is called swagarts.com, and you can get on there and find anything from Jack Sparrow's cell needles to his fur pelts, as well as the chicken foot and the mermaid and fish vertebrae for your costume. I can't remember how much I paid for these, but they are very expensive from that website. Very expensive. And then we have Jack's compass. Again, this is just another Halloween costume version of it. It's not. I do want to get the newest version of it. There's a new version of this that just recently came out by Halloween Costumes, and it's a lot more screen accurate than this one is. But it's not. This ain't too bad though. See if I can try to get it open though. There we go. I finally got it open for you guys. But as you can see, this rotates with your finger, with your hand. This is just a sticker right here. It does have this lovely blue pattern in the inside with the dots and everything. But as you can see, it's not quite as screen accurate as you want it to be. I have seen people do more weathering and stuff to this one. And as you can see on the top, that's how it opens up and how it closes. Um, so, so there's that, and it has the strap on there as well. I think it even says Disney right here too. Yeah, it says Disney. It says Disney. It says Disney's 2007 on the back is what it says. But that's the compass. Here's my coat. Here's the front coat, the Jack Sparrow's coat. This is made entirely out of linen fabric, with the correct buttons and everything on it. This is the closest thing that I've found to the real color of the fabric jacket. It's got that brownish gray linen design on it, and it actually feels like the real thing too. If I could pull this up right quick. If I could pull this up right quick, is lined with the white lining in the inside. Very, very nice. This is something that I got as part of a costume set together. I purchased the full costume from Howlin' Costumes. That's how I got the shirt. I got the shirt, the jacket, and it came with a Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, and 3 style vest, but I didn't like it, so I didn't wear it. I went and bought this vest instead to go with the costume. So I sold off the original vest that came with it, with this costume set. But I wanted to keep the jacket because the jacket is so iconic, very, very expensive to buy. Like the whole costume setup itself from Halloween Costumes was, at the time that I bought mine, it was $179, I think it was, for the costume. So for that, you got the jacket, the shirt, a vest, and the pants for like $179, and everything was separated. So it wasn't like everything wasn't attached together. It was all separated. Like I said, I sold the vest off that came with this the costume set, and then I bought that one from eBay years ago. So, but I love this jacket to death. It's real. This is real linen fabric inside and out. The cuffs are really, really big, just like out of the film. And as you can see this is part of the cuff right here. It's got the linen fabric in the inside. Moving on, here's my fur pelts. Now these I custom made myself. They have little strings. They have cords that I use to tie onto the belts with. But these I just got some of these from a local Hobby Lobby here in my state where I live at. And I don't know if this is fake fur or if it's real fur. I want to say it's fake fur because it's coming from a hobby store. So I want to say it's fake fur, but it looks the closest to the real thing that Jack wore on his belts in the films. Now I think in Pirates of the Caribbean, on Stranger Tides, and as well as Dead Men Tell No Tales, I think he only wears one of these now because he has so much stuff on his belts and everything else now. It kind of weighs him down as he's walking and running and stuff like that now, compared to how it was in Pirates 1, 2, and 3, where he only had 3 belts and 2 of these and just a fair few small trinkets on his belts. But this is something I did again back in the time when Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest and At World's End had came out. So, and his costume with that is he had 2 of these for his costume. Moving on. This is my favorite belt in the whole entire collection. This is Jack's Sword Bindrick belt. The sword itself is actually a Howlin' costume sword and saber. So, hey, you can see I got the saber right here. This is the saber. You can see this is the saber right here that holds the sword. But this is my favorite This is my favorite version of the belt right here. It's got the exact embroidery um, that's found in the films, as well as these lovely flower um, designed buttons, as well as the buckle. Here's the buckle that comes on it. There's some more of that pattern, that lovely pattern. I love it. Um, that's my favorite belt in the whole collection. I love it. And also, when I bought this, guys, again, go to HalloweenCostumes.com. This is actually their version of their belt. I had one picked out that I wanted to buy years ago from Etsy.com, but it was it's just way out of budget for me. Um, if I do splurge money on something like that, that would, to me, that would be like a Christmas present or a birthday present to myself. But then Halloween Costumes came out with this one. I believe this year. This is something new for their website this year for their Captain Jack Sparrow costume stuff. So this is something new for their website. I love everything about this costume belt. Like I said, it's got the exact embroidery that you see in the film. You can't really see it that well, but around the edges, it does have the brown trimming to it. It's not as much as it is in the film, but that's something you could easily fix by adding some trim work to it yourself to make it a little bit more screen accurate. But right out of the box, this thing is amazing. Like, it's got these buttons are not plastic; these are metal buttons. Like, these are real metal buttons in the shape of the flower design, just like it is out of the film. And the buckle could use a little work because it's a little too shiny and a little too silvery. Um, I might throw in a little bit of light greenish on there to kind of weather it just a little bit. But even the design of the buckle is like iconically real. And that's a real metal buckle, by the way, too. So, like I said, if you want this particular belt for your costume, I would head over to HalloweenCostumes.com and buy this sword bindrick, because you're not going to find anywhere else. This bindrick was only $169, I believe is what it was, off their website. That's a lot cheaper than $200. Trust me, you're not going to find a much more screen accurate Jack Sparrow styled screen accurate sword bindrick for that kind of price. Yes, you can buy one even more screen accurate from places like eBay and Etsy, but again, the price difference is what caught my eye. For $169, this is worth it. Now, for $200, you're getting a better deal because it's made out of the same material that I bought these belts from. These are the real thing. These are the real deal. These belts came from Acme brand off of Etsy years ago. And I love everything about these belts. They are real. I don't know what kind of leather they are. I want to say it's cow leather. I want to say that these are cow leather belts, but these belts are literally the real thing. They are the real deal. I love them to death. They are literally my pride and joys. Like, I actually spent like 89 at the time that I bought my version of these. I spent I think these were like $89 on Acme Brand's website on Etsy. Now, if you go on there and look at it, these belts they went from $89 when I bought mine's to literally $180 something, or anywhere from they're anywhere from that to $200 to $300 to $400. So me getting my version of these belts from them for about $89 in the past is a complete steal. That's a complete steal. And I would never part with these belts. I would never sell these belts. These belts are hard to find. These belts, especially this brown one. This brown one with the antique looking copper looking buckle. This one's a hard one to find. You can find these all over the place, and you can also get these pretty cheaply too. But with this brown one, oh my god, this brown one is amazingly awesome. And if you're lucky enough to find one of these at a cheap, decent price, I say get it instantly, no questions asked, just buy it, because these belts, the brown ones with the copper square buckle, they are hard to find, they are hard to get, and they're very expensive. Moving on to the palm glove. Again, this is something that I handmade, custom made by myself. Um, Everything is done by myself. I made this. I'm still working on this part of the glove right here. This is a custom wrist wrap. As you can see, I'm currently trying to paint some more of this black fabric to work with it, but it's got uh, uh, bendy. Well, it's not bendy. It's stretch cords throughout of it. So when I go to put it on, it just fits on like a glove. But it has to be stretched over my wrist because I have a teeny tiny wrist. So this has to stay on my wrist kind of tight, but not too tight though. But as you can see right here, I'm in the progress of finishing up this one. Um, I just have to like paint it a little bit more to be, because once I get done painting it, it'll look like the color of this one. It'll look like this color, and then I gotta go back in and like repaint the wires here or the cords here to be the exact color of Jack's. But this one I custom made by myself, by hand. This is made out of real leather, and it's leather on the back and leather on the front with a nice snap bracelet, as you can see right here. I've worn this belt a couple times out already. Well, I've worn the glove a bunch of times already. This right here is just some decorative piece that I put onto the belt. But basically, all I have to do is slip this on, snap it closed, and then put this over it to hide the snap on the side here. So once my wristband goes on, it hides all of this right here. So, but this is completely made out of leather. Um, this is real leather that I made this out of, and it's double lined and everything. So this is my go-to glove. Mine's is designed after Pirates of the Caribbean 1 style glove. Um, the only difference is that mine is made out of leather, where his is made out of cow leather or suede leather, I think it is. But the shininess look of this is not too far off. I like this. I like it a lot. So that's the glove set. That's the glove set and everything. Moving on to the last buckle and belt. This is a really unique one as well, and a heavy one too. This is a really heavy buckle. Um, this is the Dead Man Tell No Tales buckle that I got. I got this off of eBay years ago, when Pirates of the Caribbean 5 had been released. But it's got the exact same beat. It's the beetle. This is the skull and beetle buckle. It's real metal. This is real metal. Now the belt itself, I'm still working on the belt. It has a magnet. This is a magnet right here. It has like a magnet closure, so it's easier to like. This is easier to like snap it closed and open it up and stuff like that. But I'm still working on the design of the belt. As you can see right here, parts of it has not been painted yet, so I'm still working on this one. I'm trying to get the correct color of the belt, the snakeskin belt. And this leather is actually, I think it's fake leather, fake snake leather. Maybe one day I'll find a real leather snake belt to add to put this buckle on. But at the time that I made this, I couldn't find any of that material, so I had to make do with what I could make do. And this is something that I found at the hobby store that I went to. And as you can see, it's not the correct color, but I am in the progress of painting this one some more brown. And I also probably need to glaze it over with that um, the clear sealer paint. That way it locks in the paint and the paint doesn't chip off as I'm wearing it and stuff like that. And last and least in the collection is a awesome um, replicated sash with a replicated button here, snap button. I use the snap button to close it. This sash is like a two piece sash, and um, one of them goes around my waist, and that's where this one goes. This one goes around my waist, and the other one kind of hangs off to the side a little bit. I just kind of like tuck it in after I get this one put on my waist, and I get the waist belts put on. I have the other one, and I get the other one. I just kind of like tuck the other one underneath it. So it's actually a two. This is actually a two-piece sash, but it's made by a famous creator off of eBay. You may have seen some of his stuff, or you might even have some of his stuff from eBay Sith World. This is one of his sashes, and he does sell a vest, and he does sell a On Stranger Tides vest as well as the um, Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, and 3 style vest, as well as the jacket on his website, on his eBay website. And that's also where the sash came from. And he does have a decent linen style shirt that you can get for your custom as well. I may upgrade the shirt to his shirt. I don't know, because I think the one that came with the custom set is a little bit too small for me. But it all gets tucked in under my pants anyway. But this sash is one of his sashes. This piece I added on there for customization for myself because I have a small waist. I have my waist size is a 28 by 29 waist size. So even just buying regular pants for me is difficult. Um, I can't just walk into any clothing store and buy a pair of pants right off the rack. Because a lot of places don't carry a 29 the 2930s or the 2929 style of pants. So I either have to have all of my pants customized for me, or just if I happen to see a pair of pants that I like in my size, I buy it right then. Um, so I have this whole sash is designed to fit around my little small waist. So that's everything in general. I hope you guys like this video. Share this video. Comment down below which one of these props in my collection of Jack Sparrow's collection is your favorite out of the whole bunch. Is it the coat? Is it the sword bindrick? Is it all of his effects like his pistol and compass? Or is it the vest and shirt? Or maybe it's the wig. It could be the wig. Is it the wig? I think it's the wig. I think it's going to be the wig. But one more thing I did forget. The beard extensions came from a seller off of Etsy years ago, and these are also human hair braids. But now the beads I got from Swag Arts as well. So those are the real thing. These are a real deal. And here's a closer look at my coin pieces. All these beads were hand made by me, by the way, except for the coin. The coin piece I actually bought from Swag Arts as well. But yeah, and here's a closer look of Jack's piece of 8. This is the original piece of 8 from Pirates 1, 2, and 3. It's got if I could zoom in on here, it's got the lion on there as well. There you go. And it dangles just like it does in the film. But there you go, you guys. There you go. That's all of my Jack Sparrow props in a nutshell. Let me see if I can get this wig out into the light a little bit better so you can see it a little bit better.